Hello, greetings of the day. I am presenting a software named Shareman, developed by layvinson for managing the buying and selling of shares or stocks. The software can be installed on a computer or laptop with Windows 8 and above. If you are into buying and selling of shares in the stock market, then this software will definitely help you in managing the transactions. Let me give a demo of the software. Double-click on the Shareman icon. This is the opening window. A password is required to execute the software. The password will be provided by layvinson. Without password, you can do a trial run by clicking the trial button. But remember, the details will not be saved. You can tick the checkbox if you get annoyed giving the password every time. But remember, if the checkbox is ticked, then next time anybody can open the software. So it is recommended to remember the password and type it every time. After entering the correct password, click the OK button. This will open the main dialog menu. There are buttons like Bought Entry, Sold Entry, Bonus Entry, Split Entry, Delete Script, Transaction History, Capital Gain, and Holding Summary. The exit button will terminate the program. The last entry date is shown at the bottom. Let us see how to make a stock bought entry. Press the Bought Entry button. Shares bought are to be entered using this window. We have to give the ISIN number and script name for adding any new stock. Every stock is having a unique ISIN number, which is a 12-character alphanumeric string. This can be obtained from the stock exchange website. For the stocks which are already in the database, use the up or down arrow to pick the specific stock. Let us make a new stock entry. ISIN, say INA 207011017. Company name is Says Limited. Number of shares bought is 300. Net rate is rupees 225.55. The face value of the share is rupees 10. This share is bought on the 15th of August. This share is bought on the 15th of August 2019. So enter 15/08/2019. Please note that the date has to be in DD/mm/YYYY format. Clicking Today button will insert the current date. The Reset button will reset all the entries. Press the Save button if the details entered are correct. The transaction details are saved. Once the details are saved, the Save button is highlighted to see the transaction details. Press Back button, then press Transaction History button. The transaction details window will appear. Press the up arrow key to pick up the relevant share. The new share just entered will be the last one in the database. Press the List Transaction History button to list the transaction details. The ISIN number, script name, transaction type, rate, amount, and face value are shown. Also, it gives a summary of holding in the script. Since there is only one transaction, the summary details are obvious. More about transaction history will be explained later. Press the Close button to close this window and go back to Main menu. Let us make another bought entry for a stock which is already there in my portfolio. Say TCS Limited. Press the Bought Entry button. Press up or down arrow key to select the script TCS Limited. Enter other details such as quantity bought, rate and date. Quantity, say 10 numbers. Rate, say rupees 1705.51. Date, say today. Press the Save button to save the details. Click the Back button to go back to Main menu. Now let us see how to make a sold entry. Press the Sold Entry button. The program will remember the last selected script and is shown in this window. Assume that we have sold 100 shares of XYZ Limited on the 20th of December 2019 at a rate of Rs 252.25. For selecting the scrip XYZ Limited, press the up or down arrow. The total quantity available and the face value will be shown. Enter the quantity sold as 100. Enter net rate as Rs 252.25. Enter the selling date in specific format. That is 20/12/2019. Click Save button to save the details entered. Click Back button to go back to the main menu. Press Transaction History button if you want to see the transaction details. Press the List Transaction History button. We can see the two entries related to the scrip XYZ Limited. Current holding is 200 shares. The average price is 212.20. The average price has come down because we have booked some profit by selling 100 shares at Rs 252.25. Click the Close button to go back to main menu. Next we will demonstrate how to enter the bonus shares. Press the Bonus Entry button. Usually healthy companies give bonus shares when their balance sheet shows enough surplus. Assume that our XYZ Limited is giving 1 bonus shares for every 2 shares held. The bonus shares are issued on 10th February 2020. Press the up or down arrow to select the scrip XYZ Limited. The total quantity available and the face value will be shown. Enter the quantity of bonus shares received, that is 100 for the 200 shares held on the record date. Enter the date of listing the bonus shares. That is 10/02/2020. The date can be obtained from the stock exchange or the share broker. It is necessary to key in the correct date. Press the Save button. Click the Back button to go back to the main menu. Press the Transaction History button if you want to see the transaction details. Press the List Transaction History button. We can now see the 3 entries related to the scrip XYZ Limited. Current holding is 300 shares. The average price is shown as Rs 141.47. The average price has come down because the bonus shares are received free of cost. It may be noted that after issue of bonus shares, the market price of the share also get adjusted accordingly. Click the Close button to go back to main menu. We will now see how to enter a stock split information. Press the Split Entry button. Companies with huge share price sometimes resort to stock split so as to reduce the market price. The stock split is done by changing the face value of the share. For example, a Rs 10 face value share may be split into 2 shares of face value 5, or 5 shares of face value 2 or 10 shares of face value 1. This is to make the shares psychologically accessible. Assume that our XYZ Limited has split the face value 10 share into 2 shares of face value 5 each. The company effected the stock split on the 1st of June 2020. Press the up or down arrow to select the scrip XYZ Limited. The total quantity available and the face value will be shown. Enter the face value after split. Enter the date of stock split. 01/06/2020. The date can be obtained from the stock exchange website or from the share broker. It is necessary to key in the correct date. Press Save button. Click Back button to go back to the main menu. Press Transaction History button if you want to see the transaction details. Press the List Transaction History button. We can now see the 4 entries related to the scrip XYZ Limited. The split entry shows that the quantity is 0, but face value has been changed from 10 to 5. Current holding is 600 shares. That is originally bought 300 shares, sold 100. So remaining is 200. Then received 100 bonus shares making the total to 300. Then upon stock split from 1 share of face value 10 to 2 shares face value 5, the current quantity is 600 shares. The average price is 70.73. The average price has come down because quantity doubled as a result of stock split. It may be noted that after stock split, the market price of the share also get adjusted proportionally. Click the Close button to go back to main menu. The next button is Delete Script. If you want to delete a script altogether, press the Delete Script button. Press the up or down arrow to select the script to be deleted. Click the Delete button. A caution window will appear, and if sure, click Yes. Please note that if the script is deleted, all the data of that script will be removed from the database forever. Whatever profit or loss made on the script also will be erased and will not be counted for any return on investment calculation of capital gain calculations. Press the Back button to go back to main menu. Let us now see the transaction history window in detail. Press the Transaction History button. By pressing the up or down arrow key, we can select the script. If the All button is pressed, then all the script in the portfolio will be selected for further actions. Press the List Transaction History button to see the transaction details. With all script selection, the transaction history of all the scripts in the portfolio will be listed. Scroll down to see all. The total capital invested and total capital realized are shown at the bottom. The net capital outflow shown for each script is the money effectively put into stock. For example, if we invest the realized capital again in buying the same share, then the net capital outflow will not change, whereas the total capital invested will increase. Suppose in the case of XYZ shares, we had realized an amount of 25,225 by selling 100 shares. Let us assume that we bought 200 shares of the same share at rupees 210.00 for an outgo of rupees 42,000 on the 15th of July 2020. Then the net capital outflow is calculated as rupees 67,665, which is the initial investment, plus rupees 16,775, which is the additional money put over the realized capital of rupees 25,225. Then the net capital outflow is calculated as rupees 67,665, which is the initial investment, plus rupees 16,775, which is the additional money put over the realized capital of rupees 25,225. So the net capital outflow will be shown as rupees 84,440. A text file named txnhistory.out will be generated giving the transaction details and will be available in the home directory. But this file will be overwritten every time the transaction history button is pressed. So if required, this file may be renamed for safe storage. When the transaction history for a single script is displayed, at the bottom left corner the Delete Last Entry button will be highlighted, if there are more than one entry in the script. So if any mistake is done in making entry, the entry can be deleted. A caution window will appear. Click on Yes if you are sure, else click on No button. Using the Delete Last Entry button, all the entries except the first entry can be deleted one by one. There is a button to compute the rate of return on investment. First display the transaction history for a single script or for all the script in the portfolio. Then press the Compute Rate of Return button. If the current holding in the script is not 0, then we have to input the current market price. So the rate of return calculation will be done, with the assumption that we sell all the shares today at the current market price. The market price once given will be remembered for the day. If the market price entered is to be changed, go to the home directory and delete the file starting with CMP and today's date. We can also set a target percentage to beat inflation, etc. This is required to calculate the return correctly, especially when we have made loss. For example, the money we are investing should grow say at 6% annually. So we may give the target percentage as 6. If the rate of return is positive, it is over and above the target rate. It may be noted that for a short period gain or loss the rate of return may not be per annum basis. Click the Close button to go back to the main menu. Another salient feature of the software is the calculation of capital gain. This calculation is required for assessing income tax. Press the Capital Gain button. We may select a single script by pressing the up or down arrow, or click the All button to select all scripts in the portfolio. By default, the period will be the previous financial year. We can change the period as per requirement. For example, first quarter, second quarter, etc. Remember, the date has to be given in the prescribed format. Press the List button to list the capital gains or losses. The software gives the short-term, less than 1 year, and long-term gains or losses separately. The software tests sold transactions in chronological order. For each sold transaction's equivalent quantity of shares bought will be apportioned based on first in first out principle. This is as per the rule of income tax. For example, let us see the capital gains in case of TCS Limited. Press up or down arrow and select TCS Limited. The period is from the 1st of April 2019 to the 31st of March 2020. Click on the List button. It shows 3 shares were sold on the 12th of March 2010 for a consideration of Rs 5,387. Against this, based on the first in first out, 2 shares bought on the 3rd of May 2017 for a consideration of Rs 4,604, and 1 share of date the 31st of May 2018 for a consideration of 0 value, owing to bonus share, have been apportioned. The capital gains are accordingly computed and shown. The details are also printed in a text file named cgn.out, which will be available in the home directory. But this file will be overwritten every time the List button is pressed. So if required, this file may be renamed for safe storage. Click on the Close button to go back to the main menu. We will now see the last tab, which is the Holding Summary. Press the Holding Summary button. As on date, what all active shares are being held in the portfolio will be listed along with quantity and average price. The details are also printed in a text file named Holding Out, which will be available in the home directory. But this file will be overwritten every time the Holding Summary button is pressed. So if required, this file may be renamed for safe storage. Click on the Close button to go back to the main menu. Hope you enjoyed the demo. For any inquiry, please contact Layvinson at email shareman.layvinson@gmail.com. Thank you for your attention.